energy. It's like someone's leaving the light on all the time. It's packed too tightly. What? I don't believe it! The scissors don't even leave a scratch! If only I had some gasoline and a chainsaw. I never wanted to be a firefighter. I was more partial to the opposing side. Hiya, you two.
Hello.
Hello and hello.
Who are you?
I'm Marty, and this is my twin brother, Hadi.
We are Siamese twins, but I bet you already suspected as much.
Hadi and Marty? Those are highly unusual names.
Well,
That's because our dad is Japanese.
and our mom is of Hopi origin.
But you must have suspected as much. You can tell from Hadi's almond eyes.
Why are you just sitting around here?
We're making sure no one steals our bed.
But all the beds are the same.
Ha! That's what you think. If you know what to look for, there are huge differences.
It's like with Hadi and me, there are few people who can distinguish between us. But after a while, you start to recognize the differences.
That is our secret twin power, so to speak. We see the differences where others just shrug their shoulders helplessly.
Which brings us back to the subject of beds.
On first appearance, they all look the same.
But this one here,
Is the only one with a bed sheet.
Why are the both of you only wearing one sweater?
that's a silly question.
It's much too warm for wearing two.
You're not Siamese twins at all.
Correct. We are actually Siamese triplets.
But Brody is away in Paris studying art history.
Yes, he's always been the strange one.
I'm taking off. Will you come along?
No.
We have the softest blanket in the whole world right here.
And where, pray tell, would we go anyway?
See you later.
Rock on.
And send my regards to Lady Liberty if you see her.
Stop fidgeting for a moment. I have an idea. You're free!
Wow!
What's going on? What have you done?
Are you a surgeon or something?
What's wrong? You're free! Each of you guys can do whatever you always wanted to do.
Oh, the wealth of possibilities.
And the accompanying pressure that comes with it.
Ooh, my.
The models are from the last Miss Mentally Unbalanced pageant. It says here that Miss September stabbed her husband and ate the dog.
Meow!
You better behave, Harv.
Hello, Princess. What's a girl like you doing in an asylum like this? Wait, don't tell me. You're Edna, right?
Hey, how do you know that?
There isn't much that Dr. Marcel can hide from me. So we seem to be fellow prisoners. By the way, people call me the Keymaster. Isn't that the cutest nickname?
Do you know how I can get out of here?
Yes.
What?
Yes. I know how you can get out of here. I've had plenty of time to figure out an escape plan. Only problem is, I can't do anything about it in here. You, on the other hand, can move relatively unrestricted out there. And you are clever. Unlike most other inmates.
So, what's your plan?
First, you must find a way to the other side of the bars. Then, you'll have to make a copy of the master key. We'll be able to get out of the building with that. It opens my cell door, too. Finally, we need a vehicle to exit the compound.
Sounds fairly simple, but... I think I know what I have to do now.
Good luck, Edna. Is there anything else you'd like to know?
What else do you know about me?
Just that a dark secret links you to the doctor. An unspeakable, dark secret. He spends much time and energy trying to erase your memory. One could even say it is a personal crusade. And the fact that you always find a way to remember drives him to great irritation.
Why are you in solitary?
They think I'm dangerous, and they're probably right. That's all you need to know.
Is there anything else you know about Dr. Marcel?
He is a sick man, guided by hate. Ever since the death of his son, he's been bitter and eccentric, locks himself up in his secret room, and performs these sadistic electric shock treatments on his patients. A dark secret links you to the doctor. He's obsessed with the idea of erasing your memory. Is that enough information?
I've got to go.
Give my regards to Lady Liberty.
As expected, locked. Here we go. Hello over there.
Oh, a new neighbor.
Isn't the next exit due soon?
I have the same feeling that time has slowed down while we were talking. Oh, here it is.
I'd break every bone in my body if I did that. The next exit is approaching. The next exit is approaching. Here we go! The next exit is approaching. I'd break every bone in my body if I did that. The next exit is approaching. The next exit is approaching. I mustn't succumb to my lower instincts. You're not supposed to eat chips in bed. I mustn't succumb to my lower instincts. Here we go! The next exit is approaching. First, have it signed by the patient's attending psychiatrist. Then show it to the therapist on the day of the seminar. It doesn't have to be filed yet. It's still blank. Let's see. Just another load of files. Hey, this looks useful. There's a list of the current inmates. It shows where I can find the corresponding patient histories. I seem to know some of the names. Well, normally I don't care much about files. But snooping around in other people's patient histories is so delightfully prohibited. So, whose patient history shall I look at? Is this supposed to be a patient's history? I quote, name, B-Man. First pet, black pony. Characteristic, was always chosen first during physical education lessons. That's all. Is this supposed to be a patient's history? I quote, name, Adrian, king of the recreation room. First pet, red cat. Characteristic, was always chosen second during physical education lessons. That's all. Is this supposed to be a patient's history? I quote, name, Drogglejug. First pet, green dog. Characteristic, was always chosen third during physical education lessons. That's all. Is this supposed to be a patient's history? I quote, name, Peter. First pet, blue goldfish. Characteristic, was always chosen next to last during physical education lessons. That's all. Is this supposed to be a patient's history? I quote, name, Hottie. First pet, yellow rat. Characteristic, was always chosen last during physical education lessons. That's all. The potholders go perfectly with this pot. If only it were hot.
So now what? Heat up the pot?
Yeah, isn't that the way it has to go? A bit bulky, don't you think? Oh, great balls of fire! There's cutlery in there! Let's see. Now, what have we here? A knife and a fork! This series of surprises just keeps on coming. What's this? Not one spoon? Where the heck are the spoons? The best, the greatest, the godfather of know-it-alls. The great analyst Jung. A stylized picture of Dr. Marcel.
Very interesting, Mr. Pokey. And this object interaction you were talking about, is this happening in this room right now?
Are you even listening? All of us in here are nothing more than...
Hold on a second. Yes, what can I do for you? Why don't you come a little closer? This is the group therapy session for video game designers. If you don't have a signed registration, you can't attend.
Where do I get this registration?
At this time, good luck with that. The forms were on display for months. By now, they have surely been buried somewhere deep in a drawer.
I didn't want to join in anyway.
In that case, I'm going to have to ask you to leave.
But...
And please shut the door on your way out.
All right, all right. Puh, who needs her? My signature won't be worth much here. That's not fair. It rolls right back into the wall. Chocolate chunks. Ingredients: industrial foam and sugar. It says there's a surprise in the box. No, thank you. That sounds too healthy for me. Chocolate flakes. Ingredients: industrial foam and sugar. It says there's a surprise. Hey, there was a surprise in there. It's a brand spanking new authentic police badge with small parts that could be swallowed. Cool. I bet only the toughest cops get the small parts that could be swallowed. Ooh, look, Harvey! Chewing gum! There's a picture of Dr. Marcel pinned in the middle of it. Coffee, coffee, heavenly brew. You lift my morning spirits anew. Splishy Woodruff, 2-in-1 Power Gel. Uh-oh.
Hey, it's prohibited to pass through here.
I'm just visiting.
Always the same witty remarks, Miss Edna? Maybe the doctor should be less thorough when erasing your memory. You always come up with the same old tricks. What else you got for me? You have a special permit? You're the newbie? Or no, wait. You're not really even there, right? I'm really fed up with you. Alarm!
What's going on?
What do you think?
Where are all...
Isn't that something I don't know, but obvious?
It's just... Alright, that must be... There. You stay here till the doctor is back.
Something seems to have gone patently wrong here.